Alright guys, what's up? This is me, DaVitoBuild Computes, and today we're back with another video. So guys, this here is a PC from 1996, okay? But look here, it's not just any PC from 1996. It has some very interesting, quirky features to it, okay? Like, first off, Windows ME. The worst version of Windows to ever release. But look here, guys, I will upgrade it to 96. Actually, technically it's downgrading, but in reality it's more like upgrading because Windows 98 was significantly better than ME, and, you know, just better in general. But yeah, guys, so look here, I will go ahead and put Windows 98 on it in the future, but until when I find all the drivers that work properly and test it, because I have, what do you call it? Oh yeah, I have, I have 86 box, and I'm currently testing all the drivers with this hardware configuration, okay? And by the way, what is this PC? So this is a Micron Millennia, and as you can see here, it is USNRL property, whatever that means, okay? All I know is I got this from my great uncle, which he actually gave me a lot of computers, so yeah, shout out to him. But yeah, so guys, first things first, you might be wondering, why is there a black CD drive, or disk drive, in this beige case? Now look here. Okay, so look here, guys. The original beige CD drive only supported very specific CDRs, and I only had CDRWs on hand. So I just stole this from some Dell Optiplex from like 20 years ago or something, and it works. So, you know, if it works, okay? And it works fine, okay? It can read all my CDRWs, and so yeah, that's how I get the files to here. Because there's not a single USB port on this computer. Not a single one, because USB came out in late 1997, early 1998, and this was from 96, so yeah. But guys, what are the specs? So look here, if I go ahead, because, you know, Task Manager wasn't a thing yet, you have to right-click on my computer, go to Properties, and that shows you the specs. So we are going to have to blur some of it out, because, you know, it's, yeah. But, yeah, so it has an Intel Celeron MMX, which I know Celeron equal bad, with 120 megs of RAM. But look here, guys, let me explain why there's a Celeron here, okay, first. And if we go over to Device Manager, as you can see, if we go in Display Adapter, we have a Voodoo. Oh yeah. Basically, guys, if you don't know, the Voodoo was the best card to have. It was one of the first 3D accelerators ever made. You know, one of the first, you know, like 3D accelerate only accelerators, you know. It was focused on 3D acceleration and performance. So yeah, guys, this is the 3DFX Voodoo 3 3000, okay? I double checked it, and it is the 3DFX Voodoo 3 3000, okay? And so, look here. So, guys, this is a 16 megabyte card. My RTX 5070, which actually, this was in a funny clip at the beginning of the new PC video where I tried to put the 5070 into this thing. And, yeah, just because this only supports PCI and not PCIe, there's no way it's going to work. So, yeah. The RTX 5070 has 12 gigabytes of VRAM, okay? If the RTX 5070 had an actually decent amount of 16 gigabytes, it would have had 1,000 times the amount of memory of this. And if I go ahead and right click, go on to Properties, as you can see here, it's a Voodoo 3. I wonder where it says it's a 3000, but it is a 3000. I did double check because I took apart the PC. And I took out the hard drives and the Voodoo card just to, you know, confirm that it wasn't, you know. And not only that, but if I head over to the sound, if I scroll down, sound, this has a Creative Labs Sound Blaster 16. So look here, it's not an actual PCI Sound Blaster 16. It's a Vibra C16, which basically it's just, Sound Blaster made them. It's just the Sound Blaster, but without the PCI card, okay? It's integrated onto the motherboard, which it's pretty neat, you know. Windows 98 and ME come with full support for it out of the box, which is pretty crazy and pretty neat and pretty, you know, simple for me. But yeah, it's a basic. I thought this was high end, but since, you know, we're at like 1996, this thing was released in 92. It's pretty basic by 96 standards, but it's good enough, okay? Like, the sound quality is perfect, it's loud, it's decent. It's just that its MIDI playback isn't the best. Like, the Sound Blaster 128 would have had better MIDI playback. the Sound Blaster 128 was released in 98, I think. So, yeah. But look here, guys, let's go down to system devices. This PS2 ball mouse is, about to die because, it's so old. But yeah, as you can see here, you might be wondering what this is. So look here, this PC from 1996. So look here, even though it has a Celeron 433, the 433 was actually released in late 97. And, really was, became more popular in 98. But yeah, so this, this PC, basically what the Accelera PCI upgrade card does, it's actually very neat. You slide into your system, and it's kind of like it upgrades the CPU and memory. So this originally had a Pentium 166 and 48 megs of RAM, but now with that Accelera card, it's been upgraded to a Celeron 433, which let me just tell you, okay, I'm going to show you the benchmarks and show you the difference. With 128 megs of RAM, so it's over double the RAM. In fact, I think it's triple the RAM, basically. It's triple the RAM, and all you have to do, it's triple the RAM, triple the processor speed. All you have to do is, just slot it in, buy and slot it in. Although it was expensive at the time, like, sheesh, it was as expensive as a Pentium processor. But still, though, it's very neat, because you wouldn't have to buy a whole new motherboard case, you wouldn't have to build a whole new PC. So, yeah, it's from the Medocino, or whatever that is, basically Pentium 2 based Celeron. It has MMX. If I go over to the cache, it has 120K of cache. I know it's not great. It only has 120K. The Pentium actually came with 512, which did give it an advantage in, some areas. But, yeah, this is the motherboard. This isn't the chipset on the Accelera PCI upgrade card. That's the chipset of the motherboard, which is why it's dated August 1st, 1996. It has, obviously, 128 megs of SD RAM. And this is the Voodoo 3 3000. And if I bench it, let's go and compare it to. So it had non-MMX accelerated Pentium 166, which it was high-end back in the day. But, by 1998 standards. Well, actually, this would have been the 2000s almost. Because this is Windows Me. And, yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's upgraded. It originally had 98, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the benchmarks, okay? This may take a bit, but it shouldn't take that much. I have no clue what FPU is. I don't know. What is FPU, guys? Let me know in the comments down below what FPU means. But as you can see here, the benchmarks are pretty amazing. Because we're going from just slightly over 200 to almost 700 for the CPU speed. And for the FPU speed, whatever that is, we're going from just beneath 1,000 to just above 3,000. So yeah, over triple the power. And so yeah, there's this a CPU. This is, by the way, this is CPU-Z Vintage Edition. It's a special edition of CPU-Z that supports Windows 95 all the way up to ME. So yeah, well actually you could run it on modern systems, but you can just get a better version of CPU-Z. Everest Home Edition is kind of like more utility stuff, like tells you the specs in more detail. Let's go and open it here, if it will open. Come on. I like how the picture of the PC is so much newer, because this software was actually made a lot newer. Okay, so as you can see, if we head over to display, and we head over to GPU, the video adapter is a 3000 PCI. It's a PCI, not AGP, but I mean, this PC is too old to have AGP, okay? But, yeah, PCI, AGP, the difference is that AGP is, like, texture filtering, stuff, blah, blah, blah. Actually, some more info on the Voodoo 3000. It was the fastest card of 1998. It's just that it lost to NVIDIA in features, okay? This was 3DFX's last, popular card, okay? This was the last card, like, they ever, like, very, very officially released and got all the marketing right, okay? Because the Voodoo 4 5000 and 5 series, they were kind of rare and, not many of them were made. But this was the last mainstream one. And this was the most powerful card of 1998, okay? It beat NVIDIA's Riva TNT. And the only thing was that the TNT supported, like, 32-bit color, which, barely any games supported at the time, but still, it was a feature. And it supported, what do you call it? More texture filtering. Instead of 256 by 256, it's 2048 by 2048. So, yeah. So you can see here, it was pretty powerful. It supports DirectX 6. It's I think it was the first one to support DirectX 6. It still supports Glide though, which is the most important part. Let's go and head over to devices. If we head over to PCI devices, as you can see here, the Accelera upgrade card adapter, it knows it's a Pentium processor of some kind. It's Pentium based. But yeah. So yeah, this is actually insanely rare. Well, not insanely rare, but it's just insanely unknown. Because mostly organizations use this, like, you know, the US NRL, whatever that is. I think it's something to do with, like, the military or something. Yeah, so basically, they would slot these into older computers and just make them a ton faster, okay? Like, so, yeah. And that's probably why it also has a Voodoo, considering the Voodoos at the time costed an eye-watering, like, $200, which, you know, back then was a lot. I miss the good old days when this kind of stuff costed like $200. But as you can see here, PNP PCI, yeah, it's a Vibra 16C, which is just a Sound Blaster 16 with slightly less features. It still sounds the same. It's just that there's no bass control, no treble control. I think that's it though. That's it. But honestly, I don't really mess with music stuff, so yeah. And yeah, this is the benchmark stuff. Not really important. It actually has OpenGL 1.1.0. This was the first Voodoo card to support OpenGL. So yeah, and you know what that means we're gonna run on it. If you guys didn't see from my desktop background, I got it working. So first off, Half-Life, you know, runs about as what you would expect. But guess what? I got ClassiCube working. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I forgot it. How do I make it not snap? Properties? You know what? That's fine. So yeah, we got ClassiCube working. This is the Windows 98 version, because, you know, ME and 98 are the same thing. Microsoft. Just rebrand. Warning, your system only supports OpenGL 1.1, blah, 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 blah. Your experience will likely be very... Yeah, shut up. Oh, yeah, let's look at the frame rate. Oh, yeah, I love it when it generates it like that. Look at the frame rate. Oh yeah, that frame rate is insane. Man, I do not remember. That frame rate is just oof. It is great, okay? It is the best frame rate ever. Anyways, I am going to skip the part to when, you know, I turn all the graphics down to the lowest possible. So look here, the problem is that the graphics keep resetting themselves for some reason. I don't know. I think it's a bit broken, but yeah. Alright, so I've created a 10x10 world. Let me go ahead and just, like, full screen it here. As you can see here, it still runs like complete garbage, obviously. I mean, it's a Voodoo. What do you expect? It's old. The Voodoo was powerful for its time, but this game, even Minecraft Classic was released in 2010. Oh. But yeah, guys, there is a bit of, the CRT is just not doing well. It's not like dying or anything, but it's just that this phone doesn't really like the CRT. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Let's go ahead and minimize it as much as possible. Oh my god, this PS2 mouse. I hate it. I hate it so much. There you go. Alright, this small, tiny window. Oh my god, we're getting 5 frames. Count it. 5. Holy crap. Let's go and see how many frames we can get. Hang on a second, I have a better idea. Okay. Hang on a second, I have a better idea. Okay. So let's go ahead and generate a new world. And let's make it 1 by 1. Flatgrass. Oh yeah, that frame rate is insane. Let's go ahead and fly. Okay, so we're out of view from everything. We're just gonna fly as high as the game will let us. Oh, we can actually fly pretty far. Okay. Let's go and look up at the sky. Okay, I think we're looking up at the sky. Let's go ahead and shrink the window down even more. Oh, yes. 12! Wait, let's turn it off. I saw 22! Let's go! We have broken the human vision barrier. The human can only see 24 frames. Oh, actually, technically it wouldn't have been broken. But we're so close. to the perceived human vision. Okay, we can only see 24 frames. Let's go and see. This is... Oh, it doesn't even load, so we can't see what it is. Oh, wait, that's only because I was in F1. Okay. 52! I saw 52! We're getting 60 frames on a piece in Minecraft on a PC from 1996. Granted, there are several upgrades. But I mean, you know, we gotta take the win where you can get it. Holy crap, is that grass? Is that grass? Oh, the game cannot render it because the window's too small. I saw 72 frames there. 72. We got 72 frames. Even though it's a little white box. I mean, like, come on, guys. No matter how much we optimize it, this thing's not going to actually be able to run Minecraft. But in a little tiny white box, okay? In a little tiny white box, we got 60 frames. We got 72 frames. That is pretty crazy. I mean, it's a PC from 1996. Let's go, but look here, guys. Last time I made a video on like getting the most FPS possible, you guys said that wasn't really playable. So let's go ahead and see here how, like, okay, so let me make a playable world first off. I think a playable world size, I mean, let's make it as small as we can. Let's do 20 by 20. Because that's, you know, if you're planning on making small builds, it's enough. That's flat grass. Alright, so guys, this is how you're going to be expected to play the game. 5 frames in a small 20 by 20 world. I don't know, guys. That sounds pretty playable to me if I don't say so myself. But yeah, guys. Anyways, so yeah, this is the end of the video. If you guys want to see how well it does in Quake and stuff like that, and games like that, you're gonna I may post another video, a short on this. But as you can see here, this is how you're gonna be expected to play Minecraft. You're gonna play Minecraft on, you know, this goofy ass old PC. Is that realistic shadows? No, it's just that the fog is like breaking up around me. The fog is so small. Okay, hang on a second. I think let's shrink the window as much as we can. Okay, so look, if you look real close to the screen, I think you may be able to play that. Hey, we're getting 8 frames per second. You know, I mean, it's not that good, but you know, 8 frames per second is 8 frames per second. You can't fault that. So we're getting 10 FPS when we're, you know, making it as playable as we can. Getting the most frames while making it playable. So yeah, let me go ahead and just build let me build a smiley face here, and then we'll call it the end of the video, okay? Oh, how do I do this? Hang on a second. Yay, it's a smiley face! The worst smiley face ever. But look here. It's good enough, okay? By the way, this is how big my finger is compared to the windows, okay? Yeah, that's how small I had to make the window to get 11 frames. Or 10 frames. Holy crap, this is like... I mean, if you were in extreme pinch, it could work, okay? It could work if you were in an extreme pinch, you know? Like, this is your only computer, and you have to play the game. But yeah, guys, anyways, see you in the next video, okay? This was a joy to make, because I honestly love old vintage hardware like this. And it is just amazing to work with this stuff, okay? But yeah, guys, anyways, see you in the next video, okay? Hope you like this one. And be sure to like and subscribe, okay? See you guys. Subscribe!